Hello, we are discussing about GATE 2015 ECE paper. Look at the circuit diagram. Assume that the op amp is ideal and the bridge output voltage V0 when lambda is equal to 0.05. That is what we are going to calculate, and V0 is indicated over here. This is plus sign and it is minus sign. So this voltage you are going to calculate given op amp is ideal. Okay. Ideal characteristics of op amp, if you observe, the first most important ideal characteristic is open loop voltage gain of an op amp is infinite. Generally, op amp open loop gain is defined as output divided by input differential voltage. So this is what AOL, and it is okay. From this one we can write it as VID is equal to V0 divided by AOL. So V0 divided by infinite, something by infinite is 0. So VID is equal to 0. VID is nothing but input differential voltage, that is voltage at non-inverting terminal minus voltage at inverting terminal is going to be 0. So we can say that one voltage at inverting terminal and voltage at non-inverting terminal is always same. So this is going to be called as virtual short concept. For an ideal op amp, there is a virtual short between non-inverting and inverting terminals. That is, physically if you look, inverting terminal is different and non-inverting terminal is different, but according to voltage both will maintain the same voltage. So this is also at 1 volt. So the meaning is nothing but you will get same voltage whenever there is a short between two nodes. Two nodes will be at same voltage whenever there is a short. So even though they are looked separately, but they are virtually shorted. That's why it is called as virtual short. Okay. So if you know the specific voltage across one terminal, definitely the other terminal is also having that voltage. Okay. So because of that fact, we can say that one inverting terminal is also at 1 volt. So this is called as 1 volt. Now since we know the voltage across this resistance 50 ohms is 1 volt, you can calculate the current flowing through it. This current can be treated as I is equal to 1 volt divided by 50, which is nothing but 20 milliamperes. Okay. And second important characteristic of ideal op amp is ideal op amp has infinite input impedance. Infinite input impedance is nothing but input side is going to be acting as open circuit, so that no currents are flowing into input terminals of op amp. Okay. So IB plus IB minus are going to be 0. IB plus is nothing but current flowing through non-inverting terminal. IB minus is nothing but current flowing through inverting terminal. No currents are going to be flows into input terminals of op amp. So IB plus is equal to IB minus, since ideal op amp has high input impedance. So because of that fact, we can say the total current, this current is going to be dividing. So total current is nothing but this current and this current. Total is going to be 20 milliamperes plus 0. So this will be also equal to 20 milliamperes. Okay. And this is the current flowing through this point. And this current is nothing but sum of these two currents. Say it as I1 and this is going to be I2. So I1 plus I2 is equal to I is nothing but 20 milliamperes. And now we see what is the relationship between I1 and I2. Okay, I1 is flowing through these two resistors, okay, along with 100 ohms and 50 ohms, this 100 ohms, and I2 is flowing through these two resistances, okay, this branch, and it is flowing through this branch. If you observe from this node to this node, the total resistance in both branches are going to be same. This is 250 times of 1 plus delta, and it is 250 times of 1 minus delta. This is also 1 minus delta and it is 1 plus delta. Okay, so the total sum of the resistances from this point to this point is going to be same in both branches. So I1 is equal to I2, and this total is going to be 2I1, that is equal to I. So I1 or I2 can be treated as I by 2. So that will be equal to 10 milliamperes. So the current flowing through this one is nothing but 10 milliamperes. 10 milliamperes. Okay, since the resistances in both branches are going to be same, and we are going with the same output voltage, same currents are flowing in both branches. So I1 and I2 are same, and that is nothing but half of actual I. So 10 milliamperes current is flowing. Next we are going to find output voltage. Okay, to calculate output voltage, assume that this is node B and it is node A and it is node C. V0 can be written as V0 is equal to VA minus VB. V0 voltage across these two terminals, that is at terminal A with respect to terminal B. So V0 is equal to VA minus VB. Since you can write it as VAC minus VBC with respect to common terminal. So where VAC is, where VAC is nothing but voltage across this resistor. Voltage across this resistor is calculated whenever you know the resistance value and current flowing through it. Both we know. So 10 into 250 times of 1 plus lambda is VAC. So you can write it as 10 times of 250 times of 1 plus lambda, minus VBC. VBC is nothing but voltage across this resistor, that is 10 into 250 times of 1 minus lambda. 10 into 250 times of 1 minus lambda. So if you are going with 250, this is 250, will get cancels, only lambda terms will be present because it is minus. Minus into minus, it will become plus. So this will become 10 into 250 times of 2 delta. 250 times of 2 delta you will get. That is nothing but 250 into 2 is 500. 500 into 10 is 5000. 5000 delta. And V0 is equal to 5000 delta. And this is milliamperes. 10 is milliamperes and it is ohms. So what you are going to get is millivolts only, because 10 is in milliamperes. And this resistance is ohms. Milliamperes into ohms is nothing but millivolts. So units are going to be millivolts. V0 is equal to 5000 delta, and delta value is given as 0.05. So 5000 into 0.05, which is nothing but by 1 by 20. This can be written as 1 by 20, which is nothing but 0.05. So 500 divided by 2, which is V0 is equal to 250 millivolts. So the output voltage for this given diagram is 250 millivolts. This is the right answer. Thank you.